Hi everyone. So today I wanted to take you guys on a walk with me. However, yesterday I broke my little pinky toe on the right side. So a walk is not going to be happening today. Unfortunately, it was a rather nice day out today. But I wanted to pop by. A funny thing about breaking my toe yesterday was that the night before that, I literally had a panic attack, pretty much a meltdown. I had reopened my computer to a story that I had been writing with my late boyfriend Taz. And, you know, grief is hard sometimes, It seems like there's constant reminders of the ones that you loved. And, I'm not gonna lie, it does get to me sometimes. But a couple of really great things did happen to me, or happened today. One was I was at Walmart and a lady commented on my tattoo and she said, "Wow." She goes, "That is just so beautiful." And she was saying that, she goes, "I don't know what it is. It's just really magnificent." And I was just like, "Well, thank you." And I go, it was actually my a commemorative piece for my late husband. And I told her that, he had a panther on his left arm and always wanted to put a wolf on his right arm. Now, the story behind that is he put the panther on his left arm because he was constantly having dreams about a panther, a black panther, sitting on his chest and making it unable to breathe and such. It was a form of night terrors. And so he finally decided, you know what? I'm going to take control of that panther. And so he put that panther on his arm. Didn't have those dreams again. So, after that, he was having a dream of being chased by wolves. And so he wanted to get the wolf on his right arm. And I told her that, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh," she goes, you're giving me goosebumps." She goes, "That's the most beautiful story." And she goes, and it really is magnificent. And I was like, "Thank you," and that really kind of lifted me up. We started talking about grief and, how they usually say that it, subsides with time, which to a point is true. I'm more used to not having them around with time, but the pain is something that I'm also starting to get used to. So I don't know if it actually really subsides as much as you find ways to celebrate that pain because, you're still alive and that's what they want. They want you to keep living, to keep moving forward, and to keep growing, And so you kind of celebrate that pain as a point, late is better than never. But another great thing that happened, didn't actually happen to me, but one of my best friends was going, I don't know exactly where she was going, but she couldn't find a swimsuit top because she had a double mastectomy because she had breast cancer. And so she couldn't find a swimsuit top, and so she was just like, "You know what? I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to actually be proud of the fact that I survived cancer." And that's one of the things that I've been really encouraging her to do. So I'm very, very proud of her. And it really lifted up my heart because she told me about this bunch of people that gravitated towards her and were really uplifting to her, and they really vibed really well, and I love that. I think we need way more stories like that. I think it's phenomenal. So she made a video telling everybody about it and put it on, and asked me if she should put it on TikTok. And I said, absolutely. We need more videos like that. We need more inspiration, like I'm always saying, find the inspiration in, find the beauty in the macabre, find the the bliss in, like I said, for me, there's certain scents that really just inspire me and drive me and such, the like shampoo even, or body wash or something, or the perfume that I make, it really gives me that drive and that peace, and things like that. And or whenever I see a puppy, and I see puppies all over the place, and I absolutely love it because it just instantly kind of lifts my spirits. Now, there is a key to that. One of the keys to it is that you have to let it lift your spirit. There are a lot of times when we are focused on the negative, and we, keep trying to bring ourselves back down. I mean, we will see something that kind of lifts our spirits, but we won't let it actually lift our spirits. So sometimes we actually have to consciously kind of try to bring ourselves back from that despair and that, heartache and, that pain. We have to consciously focus on, there are wonderful things in this life. There are incredible things. There are beautiful and inspiring things all around us. The key is we just have to let them in. And we have to let them be inspiring. We have to let them, I've heard before that, keeping your head down and just driving through is the best way to get through life. I mean, there are some times when you do need to kind of force yourself to, sorry, hair. I'm shedding. There are times when you do kind of have to force yourself to, to get through the day, to, especially if you suffer from depression. There are times that you actually have to literally force yourself to get out of bed every day. I know I've been there many a time, but that's just it. Forcing myself to get up and acknowledging that, okay, I'm fighting a depression right now. I'm feeling very lonely and very sad, and that's understandable, because it's just a part of who I am, I do suffer from depression. So, okay, I'm very sad. I'm very upset right now. So, what's the best way to get myself inspired? And I'll put on a song that really kind of gets me kick-started, and it's just like really inspiring and really uplifting. And okay, maybe that works sometimes, most of the time it will, but I have to let it. I have to really get into it, and for a minute I kind of have to lose myself in the music, then I put on my perfume. And I have to let it inspire me. I have to invoke that inspiration and say, okay, this always lifts me up and drives me and inspires me. So I'm going to let it inspire me. I'm going to let it drive me. Or I go outside my room and I've got my puppy. You met my puppy. She's the cutest thing. She's always so excited to see me. I mean, I remember teasing my kids one time. I think I've told you this, but I'm like, this is why I got a dog. It's because none of y'all are this happy to see me. But she's wags herself off the couch and looks up at me with these big old eyes like, I almost died. So, and I gotta let myself feel that joy that she is so excited to see me, and it helps a lot. A lot of scientists say even a forced smile can release oxytocin into the system, which will help it eventually become a real smile. You just gotta let it happen, let yourself be filled with that joy and that excitement. So, tell me something that excites you. Tell me something that inspires you. I want to hear. Okay? Leave a note in the comments. All right? Thanks.